Hello, what is up people of YouTube? Welcome back to another Shindo live video. Today we're going to be showcasing the Atomic Bloodline, otherwise known as the third Shuchikage. I don't know, the Kage of the Stone Village has this. It's called, in the show, it's called the Particle Style. In here it's called Atomic, I'm pretty sure. If I go to Bloodline, it will say Particle Style. Oh, that's cool. Okay, well, the actual thing is called Atomic. If you look here, it's a 1 in 40 of getting it, although it does say Particle Style still, so that's pretty cool. So, to showcase this, we're gonna have to get a mission. So let's get one. Okay, now we're here at our mission, and I do have to say one very bad thing about this Bloodline. There is no C-Spec. So that is one bad thing about this Bloodline. I'll get into my opinions later, obviously. But let's take one of these guys away. Preferably not two, but you know what? I did it anyway, by accident. So the first ability, Particle Style Pillar. When you press V, let me get their combos out. When you press V, you get this box that shows up, and then there's a laser. This laser does quite a bit of damage, and it will affect anything in its straight field of view. You cannot move the laser around like some of the other things. B is Particle Style Array, which is like that laser, but there's more than one of them, so it's also splash damage. So let's get that guy over there to come over here. We're first gonna have to get them together for this to work, so that's good. Get their combos out. Then we press B. We have multiple lasers. They all hit him because they weren't right next to each other. As you can see, it's not very far range splash damage. It's close range splash damage, or AoE, but unluckily enough, they're just never close. So then if I can just do this, I get them both. It does a lot of damage. It's like an improved version of the first move, the just normal pillar laser. Also, the cooldowns on this are very short, so that's very good. The damage-wise isn't terrible either, although it's taken a little while. Okay, no, it's not. The inability will be Particle Style Atomic, which, if you've seen the show at the 5 Kage Summit, the Grand Shuchikage or whatever you want to call them, starts with like a TSU or TCHU. I don't know what it is, but anyway. Particle Style. So it turns into a big square and it will shrink in on them. So you can see it, I will use it on both of these. By the way, it is splash damage. So now it's supposed to be splash damage. Well, anyway, it will stun anybody who's in it, and anybody who's in it that gets stunned will just. It's a quite long stun, actually. It's very good. The cooldown is pretty long though, but it is good, so it's probably for a good reason. How did that even happen? This fireball went the wrong way. Oof. Now, I will get into opinions later, like I said earlier. But I really thought that a lot more of this was splash damage. Maybe I'm messing things up, maybe I'm doing it wrong. But I think that I'm not, but I could be wrong. So, stun, free hit, free combo, just launching them away. Laser when they get launched away. So it's got a pretty good built-in combo to it, which is actually very nice. Not every Bloodline has that, so that's pretty cool. Having a built-in Bloodline. And the B thing comes back first, I'm pretty sure. Let me check the cooldowns. It's a tie between V and B. But yeah, it's pretty strong, even without a C-Spec. Let me just get up here, and I can say my opinions. Alright. So, if you've been watching my videos, you know I always do opinions at the end of the Bloodlines to see if you should keep it or not. So, this Bloodline is very good for war. It's very good for fighting multiple enemies at once, as long as they're in a straight line, apparently. And PvP wise, it's a little slow. Maybe not the best for PvP, but it's not the worst either. Flaws with it it doesn't have a C-spec. That kind of sucks. The other flaws, I thought it was a lot more splash damage. Maybe I'm wrong. Other than that, there's no other flaws. With the pros of it, the V ability can hit anybody in a straight line, and it does a lot of damage. This Bloodline does a lot of damage. The B ability, I mean, this isn't really a pro, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, just look at this thing. Like, who doesn't want that? And then the most OP ability of this Bloodline is obviously the last one you unlock. It's the inability. That giant square that explodes. But anybody who's in that will get stunned for about 3 seconds, or 5, which is one of the longest stuns in this game, actually. And you could, or 3 or 5 seconds, and you can do a full hit and then combo them. So that is pretty cool. Personally, I would probably keep this if I rolled it. If you don't have an ability bag, why did I turn around? Oh, hold on. Okay, if you don't have an ability bag, aka you can't switch bloodlines whenever you want, and you rolled this, I'd recommend keeping it. No, I mean, just spin the other thing you have, unless it's better, because there are better things than this. But if you do roll this, I'd recommend keeping it. It is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Other than you should probably scroll down and leave a like on the video and comment what you want to see next time. I might just do it, you never know. Also, don't forget to subscribe. After all, I may post something in the future that you want to see, and you know what? If I don't, you can just unsubscribe later anyway. So there's no flaw to that. It's just the best thing you can do. Yeah, but other than that, I kind of have to go now, so you've been watching a clone this whole time, by the way.